So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Today, I'm joined by my colleague Mike Morales of Humana Dental, that is, and we're going to go over the individual dental products with Humana and just a quick sprint through some Cornerstone issues. If you have a question, put it in the question box, and we'll get to those at the end of the presentation. If there's any technology issues, if you're having issues with the sound and whatnot, I also monitor that question box for issues like that. And by all means, give us a call, shoot us an email if you have any concerns or questions about the individual market. It's always evolving, always changing, new carriers coming and going, news all the time, particularly, starting now and through the end of the year, things are getting hot. Eric's on the call as well, and he serves in the same role as I do. He's more of a technology wizard than I am, so by all means, reach out to him if you're having issues with, some of the enrollment platforms and stuff like that. And please check out our new AGB portal. So this is our broker portal. Okay, this is your place to go and look at your business, manage your book of business, and look for carrier information, client information, commission schedules. If you have any questions about the new platform and your access, reach out to me or Eric or your group person. And this is your resource, your repository of information for all things Cornerstone. Earn more when you sell more. For all group and individual new business between January 1st and the end of the year, you'll earn prizes that will get you closer. You'll earn points that'll get you closer to a $7,000 cash prize. Check it out on our website. Be sure you sign up for it. Let's toss it to Diego and we'll get off and running.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Diego Morales. I'm one of the broker relationship managers with Humana. I'll be presenting today for the dental and vision products that we have. Just to go over our team, we have a couple of new faces that you guys might not be familiar with, but we have Mike Goldsmith, who's our broker relationship manager for the northern half of the state. I'm Columbus South, he's Columbus North. Sherry Thomas, who's our broker relationship executive. She runs the whole state and works from home, so she's always going to be available for you guys. If you have questions or concerns, she should be your first point of contact. And then we have our local market managers, Sandy Bartels, Columbus and Central Ohio, Paulanika McCory, Cincinnati, Dayton, Summit, Ohio, and then Scott Cladd on the northern half of the state. If you guys are marketing in the senior space at all, we have a decent community engagement manager and a veterans community engagement manager whose responsibilities involve setting up events for their respective markets. If you guys ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to any one of us. What we're going to be going over today are our dental and vision products, some marketing and bonus opportunities, and the available resources that we have for you guys through our broker portal. At any point you guys have questions, feel free to use your GoToMeeting question asker, and I'll try my best to answer these questions live. Otherwise, we'll answer them at the end of the presentation. First things first, we want to talk about the great strength that we have in these products. We have over 5.2 million members on our specialty plans, 2 million in dental, another 2 million in vision, and we have also 400,000 members on our supplemental products. Now, when it comes to dental and vision, we know that in many cases, our members do not go looking for dental insurance until they have a need. One thing that we like to do with this presentation, and it wasn't one of the slides that we took off to shorten it, is focus on educating agents to present dental whenever they can. Even if it's as simple as sending out a link that has, like for example, and we'll talk about this later in the presentation, Humana has a landing page that you can send out to your entire book of business that says, Humana has great plans. And if the member decides to enroll themselves and check out plans, you'll get commission and credit. What we're seeing is that most members are enrolling themselves either by calling the carrier directly or by enrolling themselves through the exchange or off exchange or through a carrier website directly. The lowest amount of sales, unfortunately, does come from field agents. And I don't know if that's just because it's an uncomfortable conversation to have or because of the product itself being, something that may not be comparable to their other products, health products, Medicare products that they might be marketing to. But it is telling us that there is a need for the product. So we want to make sure that we make it as easy as possible for you guys to market these products. If there's anything that you guys need, we will get that in your hands, such as enrollment kits, sales kits, PDFs of the plans and benefits. Let us know. We'll make it easy for you guys. Now, jumping right into the products. This is the plan that we're really excited about. We just got it approved here in June for a July 1st effective date. So you guys will be able to start marketing this as of June 10th. We're really excited about it because it has coverage for implants, which is something that the broker community has been asking for a very long time. Now, I know the print is just a little small, but let me go over the 3 different versions of this plan that you guys are able to market. We have the Humana Extend 1250, the Humana Extend 2500, and the Humana Extend 5000. Now, the number associated with the plan name ties to the plan's annual maximum. So you'll see the 1250 has an annual maximum of $1,250 per person. The Extend 2500 per person, and the Extend 5000 per person. When it comes to the benefits, they are pretty similar, so I'm going to go over all 3 plans at the same time, and then we'll highlight what the differences are. So there is an annual deductible for the 1250 of $75 per person. For the 2500 and 5000, that is waived for preventive services, so they'd be able to go in and get like their cleaning, their exam, without having to pay that deductible. Preventive services on all 3 plans is covered at 100%, no deductible. Basic services like fillings, extractions, they're going to be covered at 60% after the deductible for the 1250, 80% after the deductible for the 2500 and 5000. Now, there is a waiting period of 6 months on the 1250 and 90 days for the 2500 and 5000. However, with all of the plans that we're going to be going over today, if your prospective member has had dental insurance that was continuous for 12 months that ended in the last 6 months, we will waive the waiting periods as long as that plan, as long as we're able to verify that plan. There's 5 questions that they have to answer, which we'll have later on in the presentation so you guys can see them. But as long as they're able to answer those questions, we'll be able to waive the waiting periods for basic and major services. Unfortunately, implants with that, which we'll go over in just a second, are not included in that waived waiting period. All right, so after basic services, major services for the 1250 are going to be covered at 30% after a 12-month waiting period. For the 2500, 50% after a 12-month waiting period. And on the 5000, it's 50% after the deductible and a 6-month waiting period. And then after the first year, it's going to be 60%. So you see that plan increased slightly. Now here's the exciting part. When it comes to implants, the 2500 and the Humana Extend 5000 have coverage for implants. It's 50% after the deductible after a 12-month waiting period, and that is not waived. So they will have to wait at least 1 year before implants are covered. But there's an annual $1,000 annual maximum and a $2,000 lifetime maximum on the 2500. And then it's going to be covered at 50% after the deductible on the 5000, 60% subsequent years, and that's going to have a 2,000 annual max and a 4,000 lifetime maximum. Very exciting. We think that this is going to be a pretty big game changer. We're going to be one of the few carriers that has implants covered on their plans. Now, embedded into all 3 plans is vision and hearing benefits. On the 1250, we do have just no copay for the exam and dilation. However, nothing else is covered on the vision side. For the 2500 and 5000, there is a $10 copay for the 2500 for the vision exam with dilation, no copay for the 5000. And then the allowance for the frames and lenses is going to be $100 on the 2500, $150 on the 5,000. There are some additional copays for lens options. The standard polycarbonate lenses start at a $25 copay, and the copays for additional lens upgrades like polycarbonate lenses, scratch-resistant lenses, tinted lenses, they range between about $10 to about $40, depending on the lens upgrade that they get, such as like bifocals, trifocals, blended lenses. The contact lens fit and follow-up is a $40 copay, and then the allowance for either frames or contact lenses is the same allowance, so they can use that one or the other. They can get frames once every 2 years, contact lenses once every year. And then the last benefit is the same on all three plans. It's going to be our hearing benefit. There's no copay for hearing exams, one routine exam per year, as well as the hearing aid fit and follow-up. And then they have two options for the hearing aids, $6.99 copay for the advanced aids, $9.99 copay for the premium aids. And then none of our plans have an enrollment fee. Any questions on the new Extend plan before we go on to some of the other plans that we have?
Yeah, thanks, Diego. We do have a question. You may have answered it already, but are waiting periods waived if the enrollee has previous dental coverage?
Yes, so we'll go over that a little bit more detail later on in the presentation, but as long as the member has had 12 months of continuous coverage that ended within the last 6 months. So let's say they were on a group plan and it ended February 1st, okay? So within the last 6 months, which it would fall under that, as long as they were on that plan for 12 months and it did have coverage for preventive, basic, and major services, we would waive those waiting periods. Hopefully that's pretty clear.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, if that's it, we'll go ahead and continue. All right, so we have a couple of additional plans that are available in the state, and I know we have a lot of plans, but they do fit a certain niche, every single one of them. The one that I'm always the most excited about is our HMO product. It just has fantastic coverage, but of course, being that it's an HMO, the network is skinnier. Now, we always will run into people when we start marketing dental insurance that have a need right away. Like, hey, my tooth hurts. My dentist says I need, a crown and a root canal. Now, the cost of a crown and a root canal on average ranges between about $1,000 to $1,200 for the crown, about $800 to $1,100 for the root canal. So it can be quite expensive. The great thing about this DHMO product is that all covered services are available day one when the plan becomes effective. It has copays for services. Those copays range on the low end about $10 to about $100 for a filling. If we're looking at like a crown, the copay is $410 plus the lab fees for the crown. Very, very good savings available day one with that product. Again, the disadvantage would be that it's got a very skinny network. One thing that we see a lot of agents do because of that 12-month waiting period, like things like major services on our PPO plans. Let's say you run into a prospective member, hasn't had dental insurance, needs to get work done. We'll position this HMO, say, hey, this plan can get you coverage right away to take care of that pain, to get you treated and taken care of if you're on that plan for 12 months. And you get your services done, which it covers day one, and you want to go back to see your old dentist, we can then switch you to a PPO plan after you've been on that HMO plan for a year. And because it has coverage for all the preventive, basic, and major services, when they switch to one of our PPO plans, they will have the waiting periods waived. So they'll be able to go back to get to see their dentist. Now, not everybody's going to do that, but I want to make sure we talk about that so that you have that tool in your toolbox. All right, let's take a second to talk about the other three products that we have. The next one's going to be our complete dental plan, which is going to be one of our more comprehensive standalone dental products. The extends are probably going to be the top of the line, but they also, again, include the the vision and hearing portion of the plan. If they don't need that, they just want great dental coverage, we're going to be looking at the complete plan. There's an annual deductible of $50. It's going to be $150 for family. Annual maximum of $1,250 the first year, $1,500 subsequent years. Preventive services are going to be covered at 100%, no deductible. Basic services 80% after deductible, and major services 50% after deductible. Basic services will have a 6-month waiting period. Major services 12-month waiting period. The Bright Plus and Preventive Plus plans are very similar. They're going to be for, I would say, young families, people that aren't going to be needing a lot of like major work like crowns, dentures, root canals. Think children who need to come in and get their cleanings and exams, maybe a filling and extraction done. This is going to be ideal for young families like that. Annual deductible for the Bright Plus, $50 for the individual, $150 for family. Annual maximum of $1,250. Preventive services covered at 100%, no deductible. Basic services 60% after deductible. Major services not covered under that plan. And then the preventive value plan, 50 for an individual, 100 for an individual plus one, and then 150 for the family. No annual max on that plan, which is great, but again, it only covers preventive services and basic services with that plan. At the bottom, you can see the premiums for those products. If you do have any questions on any of these products, we can go into the marketing portion of the plans. Has anything popped up?
Yeah, let me pose a question. After the max annual benefit has been met, are you still entitled to network discounts when using a network provider? Are you entitled to network discounts prior to meeting the waiting periods? That's a good question.
Yeah, there are in-network fee schedules that dentists do agree to that are lower than their standard rates. But there's no, as agents and as members, we're not going to see what that cost is. They're negotiated directly with the dentist. But yes, after the waiting periods, anytime you're using that dentist with this plan, you should be entitled to that in-network contracted rates. Great question.
Okay, great.
Anything else that has popped up?
No. Please continue.
All right, great. So these are the 5 questions that are asked to have proof of prior continuous coverage. Question 1, have you had dental coverage within the past 12 months? If no, then unfortunately you don't qualify. What type of dental coverage did you have? Here we're checking to see that they had coverage for basic, major, and preventive services. What is the name of the insurance company that covered the insurance company that your dental coverage was under? And then question 4, what was the policy number of your dental coverage? And then when did your dental coverage end? So to make things easy in your mind, just within the last 6 months, was your member on a plan, prospective member on a plan for 12 months that covered basic, major, and preventive services? And if so, they'll qualify for the waiting periods. Any questions on the waiting period?
Nothing's popped up.
All right, great.
Good.
All right, let's take a second to talk about our individual vision plan. It's very similar to the vision plan that's embedded into our Extends product. So this is a little bit more of an expansion of, that small screen, but there is a $15 copay for the exam, contact lens fit and follow-up, $40 copay. If they do the laser fitting, it's 10% off the retail price. Frames would have a $150 allowance plus 20% off over any balance over $150. That allowance is once every 2 years. Standard plastic lenses would be a $25 copays, and you see the lens upgrades such as UV coating, tint, standard scratch resistance, standard polycarbonate there on the left. The contact lenses would have a $150 allowance plus 15% balance over $150 for conventional lenses, which is pretty not common anymore. Those would be the lenses that you don't replace. Disposable lenses would be $150 allowance, and then medically necessary would be covered at 100%. Now, just to be clear, that medically necessary is when wearing glasses is not an option. That would be an individual who has such a discrepancy between the vision of like one eye versus the other that it would be difficult for the glasses to make that correction on its own. So that would be what would be considered medically necessary. The exam is once every 12 months, contact lenses or frames, lenses for the glasses once every 12 months, and frames once every 12 months. There is a one-time enrollment fee of $35 with this product, but for all the other ones, that enrollment fee is no longer a thing. All right. Now let's take a second to talk about marketing these products and how to manage your book of business with Humana. So as you write these products, they will pop up in your My Humana Business Center. You will see these policies stay in force, or if they're set to term, so that you can get in front of them in case somebody falls off the books. We try to make it as easy as possible. We also have our It Takes Two explainer series. So if you guys wanted a sales presentation video on each one of these dental products that your member would be interested in watching to learn a little bit more about how the plan works, that would be available on this explainer series. We can get you guys that link to make it easy for you guys to send this out to your prospective members. Now, there's a couple of different ways to market yourself for these products that we do for you. We have, in our Marketing Resource Center, direct mail pieces that you're able to customize with your name, your phone number. You're even able to upload your photo to those pieces. Another way that agents have marketed our dental products would be to, let's say, look up your in-network dentist and go out to their offices and say, hey, if anybody comes in and is interested in dental insurance, but they don't have dental coverage, please pass them my contact information, and I'll make sure that they go back to your dental office. Leave a stack of cards. You can leave a stack of the benefits of the plan, and at the bottom of it, we can customize it again with your name, your phone number, so if someone comes across it, they can come back to you. There's also pieces for local media, community engagement, and educational events that are available on the Marketing Resource Center. Here are some examples of those pieces. So if any one of them pique your interest, reach out to myself, Mike, or Sherry. We'll help you guys create them. But we have social media posts as well for those of you who market through Facebook, postcards, mailers, freestanding insert flyers, and we use paper ads. This is our dental and vision landing page. If you guys want to just take a second to write this down, www.humana.com/AOADV/ your Humana writing number. What this is just a landing page for our dental and vision products. It'll have your name, your email, your phone number there on the left. But what you can do is put it in your email signature. You can blast it out to your book of business via email and just say something along the lines of, hey, if you have need for dental insurance or vision insurance, please check out Humana's Great Plan. If they open up this link and decide to browse plans or enroll themselves, you still get commission and credit, even if you never talk to the member. Since we know that people are already enrolling themselves, you'd be doing yourself a disservice if you didn't get this out to your book of business and see if you can't capitalize on people that might have that need. And with that, I think I got under 30 minutes right at the top of the hour.
Fantastic.
So,
yeah, we do that. Sure, fantastic. Terrific presentation. There is another question, and this has to do with the Extend plans. Is there pricing info on the Extend plans? I see pricing on all the other plans you're showing, but I don't see it there.
So the Extend plan, it just got approved. So I think pricing is now available. When we put this presentation together a couple of weeks ago, it hadn't been there. So I do apologize. I don't have it updated yet. But if we go into our broker portal, you will be able to pull up pricing.
Okay.
So I apologize for not having it on there.
Okay, and is it possible that you can provide that in the follow-up? We'll be doing just a follow-up email so everybody has a copy of the presentation. Is that something that you can share with me that I can get to the team?
I will include pricing, and I will include a link to all the summary benefits of our plans as well.
Oh, that's fantastic. And let's give it a minute or two, see if we have any more questions. And Diego, can you provide everybody with your phone number or your contact information again?
Yes. I believe it's on the next screen. There we go.
Okay, fantastic.
And feel free to, guys, give me a call for any reason. whether it's standalone dental and vision products. I also work on the Medicare side as well. So if you have questions about that space, I'm more than happy to help. And then also my two teammates, Mike Goldsmith and Sherry Thomas, are just as available. Any one of us are willing to help. We kind of tackle the state of Ohio as a team. So there's not one person to call. You can call all three of us. You can text all three of us. First person who's available, we just try to respond as quickly as possible.
Oh, that's great. That's great. And again, everybody will get a copy of this presentation and some other stuff. So keep an eye out for that the next day or so. With that, we'll conclude the presentation. Everybody have a great day.
All right. Have a great day, guys.